An ISS image from one of the astronauts shows us a blue flash, and this is questions as to what this was caused by. Now, I know that my trips back and forth from Europe to the United States, one of the times that we had to leave, the airline was calling us 2 or 3 days in advance, telling us that we have to leave on time because of the fact that they were expecting tremendous thunderstorms, lightning storms above New York, and we were up in the air before the lightning storm struck. But this is what they looked like: flashes of light all over the place that we were able to see from in the air. Now, so what was this blue flash, this blue luminous event photographed from the International Space Station, October 8? French astronaut Thomas Pesquet, this is his image, captured something astonishing and rare from the ISS. The photo is a single frame taken from a longer time lapse, and it might look like what shows a cobalt explosion or some kind of an event over Europe. As we see, we're basically the north is towards our 7 o'clock position. It looks to be the boot of Italy. So is that towards Greece or is that towards Turkey? It's towards the east in any event. Or we really don't know how far the line mass of that extent goes. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. The photo single frame from the longer time lapse looks like it shows a cobalt event, a flash. The scary looking blue light did not do any damage. In fact, most people would never have noticed it happening. Instead, the frame shows something less ominous called a transient luminous event, a lightning-like phenomenon striking upwards in the upper atmosphere. Also known as upper atmospheric lightning, transient luminous events are a bunch of related phenomena which occur during thunderstorms, but significantly above where normal lightning would appear. While related to lightning, they work a little bit differently. These are blue jets which appear lower down in the stratosphere. They're triggered by lightning. If the lightning propagates through a negatively charged top region of the thunderstorm clouds before it gets through the positive region below, the lightning ends up striking upwards, igniting a blue glow from the molecular nitrogen. Then there are the red sprites. These are the sprites, is short for stratospheric, mesospheric perturbations resulting from intense thunderstorm electrification, electrical discharges that often glow red, occurring high above a thunderstorm cell, and they're triggered by disturbances from the lightning below, and slightly dimmer red elves, emissions of light and very low frequency perturbations due to electromagnetic pulses in the ionosphere. So sticking with this subject, there are also trolls, transient red optical luminous lineaments, which occur after strong stripes, as well as pixies and ghosts, all these names that they give them. Now, we're sure that the scientists had lots of fun naming all of these phenomena. Pesquet explains concerning this photo, what is fascinating about the lightning is that just a few decades ago, they had been observed anecdotally by pilots, and scientists were not convinced they actually existed. Fast forward a few years and we can confirm these elves and sprites are very real and could be influenced by our climate as well. Even though Pesquet does not explain significantly which type of luminous event we're seeing, a particular image, this shows the blue starter, which is a blue jet that does not quite make it to the jet part and instead creates a shorter and brighter glow. These events are hard to photograph from the ground because they're both very high in the sky, also regularly obscured by our storm clouds. Also, the phenomena usually only last for milliseconds to a couple of seconds each time. So with all these things in mind, it makes the ISS a great place to look for these transient events taking place above us in our atmosphere, particularly if you have a time lapse turned on. So far, we've seen a number of these events captured by astronauts on the ISS and a smaller number taken from the ground as well. The Earth is not even the only place where the light shows take place. Residents discovering just last year that blue sprites were occurring on Jupiter as well. Pesquet says the space station is extremely well suited for this observatory as it flies over the equator where there are more thunderstorms. This is a very rare occurrence, and we have a facility outside Europe's Columbus laboratory dedicated to observing these flashes of light. He says, we hope this research will give us plenty more photos of this incredible phenomenon in the future. And this, of course, is from the Pesquet, the French astronaut on the ISS, by Jacinta Bowler on Science Alert. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.